Every hero does not start on a positive path usually, and with so much information out there, it's just so confusing. What do you expect from people who didn't make it past the first 2 to 3 months? What do you expect from the person who barely had an idea and did anything with it? Yet that's where most of our opinions are coming from. People who haven't yet made it. Well, this is exactly what science says. It always starts with month 1, which is informed optimism. This is where the idea comes from. Just before that, you have an idea, you have a vision, you have a goal, you have a dream. God gave it to you for a reason. You have a pretty good feeling that you can make it work. And with that informed optimism, you get moving. You start it up. You start your YouTube channel. You start writing that book or drafting out the characters or the script. Whatever it might be, you start planting the seeds. But of course, things are not quite what you thought. Now, this part comes in many different forms. I had to step outside because I'm like, it's kind of awkward just filming. And exactly that. You know, maybe when you do start, you realize it is awkward to do what you're doing, or it's uncomfortable, or it doesn't feel right, or there are other people in the space that are doing way better than you. And here you are just sitting there, just twiddling your thumbs, trying to figure out exactly how they're even doing it. Or sometimes you just have one major success at the beginning for no reason. I think that happens more often than not because the people who know very little tend to do way more than those who know a lot. I don't know. Knowing a lot kind of gets in the way sometimes. So that's your first friction. That's month 2. First friction is you've got problems you never even saw coming, things you didn't even expect to even have to deal with. That first friction is tough. But what's even harder? The drop-off point. This is the part that everybody's scared of. You're looking over the edge, and you know the only way past this is down. The truth is you were never actually truly cut out for the job, and so you fall. And you fall pretty hard. You might find yourself in a weird state here. Month 3, you've already seem to have made, maybe a pretty life-changing realization, and you don't think you're going to make it past this. And it gets worse, believe it or not. This is only month 3, guys. We've got 12 months, okay? 12 months, and it does not feel good. Which leads you into month 4, which is the valley. The truth is the valley is more difficult. I hate saying it. It's harder by a lot. Where you thought things were working out, now you're just hit with a wall of sadness in a way. A sense of, I don't really belong here. I really made the wrong decision. And this, believe it or not, is where people quit. Actually, it's really months 3 through 5. That's where people usually quit. And that's the end. And then they start their next venture. And most people only ever start things and quit and start things and quit, and they follow the same exact thing. Oh, it's just not working out for me. The truth is, you haven't failed yet. Maybe you just aren't holding on long enough. But if you make it through the value, you get to quiet persistence. You show up and you make that commitment for yourself, that promise that I'm just going to post a video a day. I'm just going to write a page a day. Things are difficult, but I don't have to do everything all at once perfectly. Just try. And it's silent. You stop telling everybody about what you're doing. You stop telling people about what you want, even your friends and your family. Not that you don't want them to know these things, but you just know it is going to be easier for you if you just stay silent. The quickest way to kill a good idea is by asking 10 people what they think about it. But then something kind of shifts. About month, give or take 6, there's a turn. There's a shift in the wind. Things start feeling a little bit better. Things are actually looking a little bit better. And sometimes people don't realize that they're in the shift. Okay, they really have no idea. But they keep pushing. At this point, you might feel like you are too deep into it to even quit. So you reach 7, which is momentum. Things are moving. A man in motion stays in motion. You're not going to quit. You're not going to give up. Although some days you still get those feelings like, I just need to stop. Then you reach month 8. Scientifically, this is usually about where the brain chemistry shifts and your identity becomes something different. You become a different person. Anybody who would have met you at the beginning of the year would not recognize you on month 8. So then by month 9, there's compounding results. You're seeing things happen. Maybe a little bit of money comes through. Sometimes not always. Sometimes that's views. Sometimes that's people asking about it. Sometimes it is fruit in ways that you never expect. It might not taste good yet, but it's starting to taste a little bit better than nothing. Month 10, you've got new standards. You have a new idea of how you need to achieve things and do things, and that's just the new norm. You're not going to live any different. Obviously, you make mistakes along the way. You realize that there's things that aren't quite optimized yet, and you make the optimization as you go. But this is where new results, new standards come into play. You've got a higher standard for all things. You've seen a lot more success, and you can't let yourself fall below that. 11 is stability, and stability is very hard to achieve. This is maybe the longest process, the longest month, and that can come in many forms. That could come in comfort, that can come in routine, that can come in habit, that can come in discipline, it can come in many different ways. You might have the right team that is optimizing your entire system very, very well. It's like a machine running, well oiled, well greased up, all of that, right? And 12, you have the proof of concept. You've made it, you've done it. And more importantly, you stuck to something for 12 months straight, which is very hard for anybody to do. Now, I just have to say something. It is more realistic to stretch this out amongst 5 years rather than 12 months. Because realistically, it's going to take a lot longer to accomplish the dreams and goals that you have, especially the bigger they are, the more time it's going to take. Even with a YouTube channel might feel small in the moment, but it can be something absolutely unimaginable in 12 years. But for the sake of this video, I just have to remind you, a lot can happen in 12 months. Never underestimate what God can do for you in just a year. From the time I started my YouTube channel to the end of that first year, I saw major success. 3,000 subscribers in a matter of a month, and that was something I never even saw coming. The year after that, I was invited to red carpet events. The year after that, I was invited to create an app, all with a 24/7 coach, mindset reprogramming, and so much more, like content even that this YouTube channel doesn't get to see. Side note, none of this is going to work if you don't have one sole purpose. If you're too mixed up and you aren't focused on one thing, it's going to be a little messy. So all I can do is invite you to just start. Start the discipline, start the habit. See what happens in 12 months, heck, even 3 months. See what can happen. My name is Gabriel Bowman. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, if you want to check out my app, link in my bio.